structurally in terms of management that you do. We've done a lot of work in bringing in frameworks, new institutions like SASRA to drive the change that is required. But there is still a lot of unfinished business. In fact, some of it pending in the cabinet that you will, as we have explained to you, that you'll be able to have an opportunity to take it to the next level. So this is really your day. We just want to thank you and wish you the very best in this new tour of duty. Asante sana.
Before I hand over to CS, outgoing CS Betty Maina, we have PS Cameria, PS for Industry, who is also here. He couldn't join us because he had somebody he was attending to. Let him introduce himself.
Thank you, PS. Thank you, Waziri. And Waziri, congratulations again and welcome. I'm Ambassador Kaberia. I'm the PS for Industrialization, and a part of the docket of SME has been under us, and I think that's the most I can say for now. Thank you very much, and I'm here to support.
Thank you. So let me now hand over to CS Betty Maina.
Okay, thank you very much, PS and both PSS and Waziri Munya, and join Waziri as well in congratulating you, Waziri Chelugui, for this appointment, and the role that you're going to play is very critical for the agenda of our country and the agenda of the new government. SMEs make up more than 90% of businesses in every economy, not just Kenya, in every economy. So if there's going to be growth in the economy, it is going to be signified by growth among SMEs. The government of Kenya, as we've briefed you, has developed various policies and programs and initiatives to support SMEs, whether it is on training, whether it is on infrastructure development. The Juakali sites we've talked about in the past, the CIDCs, or even more concerted work like we've done with KIE in provision of both sites and finance and incubation. A lot has been done. Other initiatives are initiatives like Ways of Fund or the Youth Fund and all these other and microfinance support. So there's a lot that has been done, but one of the things that is not in question is that sometimes it's very difficult to see the impact of all these initiatives of government, and there's sometimes a lot of disappointment by our people that we don't do enough. So I think establishment of this ministry is intended to bring coherence to all those initiatives supporting small businesses. So you have your task cut out just trying to consolidate all the efforts and all the work that has been done, but you also have work cut out to catalyze growth within this sector. When we briefed you before, we've told you that we have, recently concluded in a participatory process the development of the MSME policy. In 2015, government passed the MSME Act, which established MSEA. So the frameworks for taking this forward are in place. And I think the prayer that we'll make is, as you chart the way forward, is to build on these initiatives and to strengthen these institutions so that they become more robust and are able to meet their clients' needs in a timely manner. The SME policy charts out, work for, even ideas on how to start up, support startups. So I'm excited that this is happening and that there is a framework to build on, and we wish you the best in doing in doing this. The institutions that you will inherit or that you have, you can start with. The Micro and Small Enterprises Authority has work sites developed for MSMEs across the country. KIE too has presence around the country, so they can hold your hand as you chat and provide the leadership in that regard. Within the ministry, there is staff that have been working on SMEs both at Kibit and at the Enterprise Directorate. So even as you chat your team, these experienced public officers can give you the helping hand, because crafting something new in government, especially in the context that we're in, can take a long time. So please use these very experienced staff, which we commend to you. And if there's anything that you require, it's hard to say everything in a media function like this. The telephones, at least our colleagues in the past have said telephones stop ringing. So please make sure our telephones don't stop ringing by getting the help that you require as you chat this way forward. Asante sana, God bless you, and we wish you the best.
Thank you very much. So we will now have the formal signing of the documents and formal handing over between CS Chelugui and CS Munya. So, and then we will do the same between CS Maina and CS Chelugui. So, we can do now the formal, yeah.
I just have.
Yes. This is
the handover report that in a comprehensive manner is a report of what we are doing, what is pending, etc., etc. So it's comprehensive enough to give you a complete overview of what happens in the Ministry of Cooperatives or Department of Cooperatives. You realize we did a lot of policy change there. We expanded SASRA, for example, gave it more mandate to what it is doing now. You also realize you already passed the cooperative policy, which is translated into a cooperative bill, and a session of paper and it's pending in Parliament. We have done ICT transformation and we have policy decisions within the cabinet. So your work was cut out for you. We wish you very well.
This morning, together, the CEOs of various sagas present in the room, the heads of department, other staffs, the members of the fourth estate, good morning.
Morning.
Amjambo. First and foremost is to thank my sister and brother, Peter and Betty, for the time we've shared in cabinet. We were appointed at the same day with Peter, Munya, and we were later joined by Betty Minor. I want to confirm that we have had a very wonderful, cordial working relationship. We've worked together, we've sat together, we've looked at policy documents under our National Development and Information Cabinet Committee, NDICC, and I've really learned a lot from the two outgoing CSs. Their contribution has made a difference in our country. I've also learned a lot from their leadership, a tribute that I would want to carry on as I steer this new ministry forward. I'm honored to be with you this morning for the official handing over of the functions of the cooperative development and the MSME from the two ministries where these functions were previously domiciled. Let me start by thanking His Excellency the President, Dr. William Ruto, for giving me the honor to lead this ministry. I also wish to appreciate the milestones achieved by the two predecessors, the CS Peter Munya and CS Betty Maina, in both the cooperative and the micro, small and medium enterprises sectors. As I take over, I will build on your success since the government is a going concern. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya's population has been growing rapidly with a youth between 15 and 34 years, accounting for 36% of the total population. This large youth cohort has faced challenges in getting employment and has found itself increasingly joining the informal sector. It is for this reason that cooperatives and micro, small and medium enterprises sector has been identified as one of the key sectors of our economy. Indeed, Kenya Vision 2030 identifies the Kenya's business environment being characterized by large SMEs, which contributes 75% of the employment and 18% of the GDP. However, most MSMEs lack adequate technical and entrepreneurial skills, which contributes to high mortality rate of 440,000 business closure per year. The Vision 2030 identifies the potential in retailing and wholesaling to the growth of SMEs, and therefore recognizes the importance of credible trade partners. The objective of credible trade partners is to integrate small traders while creating economies of scale. And if this is done well, the integration of small traders will reduce price fluctuations, product wastage, and distribution bottlenecks without necessarily disrupting the retail operation. The vision goal of wholesale and retail sector is to move towards a formal sector that is efficient with diversified product range and is innovative. This was to be achieved through the strengthening of the capacity of the informal trade retail sector, including Juakali, so that they can gradually become integrated into the formal sector and guarantee their growth to small and medium-sized enterprises. This formalization was to be done through provision of training, research and development programs, credit extensions and linkages to local and international markets. The vision also identifies the importance of standardization of products within the MSME sector to get market acceptance. Standardization of various products, therefore, is a key, especially the MSME's products are to access external markets. The vision also identifies the need to promote producer-based groups and associations with the aim of linking the smaller farmers to the market, especially the large wholesale outlets. The vision also identifies the need to create organized outlets for small-scale operators to assist them to graduate from informal to formal organization. Similarly, the vision identified the need for construction of appropriate market locations, especially in areas with high population density, to create outlets for MSMEs throughout the country. This was to be done in conjunction with our 47 county governments. Ladies and gentlemen, the Economic Recovery Strategy, ERS, for Wealth and Employment Creation 2003-2007 recognized the importance of MSMEs in the employment creation, but also noted with the challenges in the sector, namely low productivity, limited technology transfer, lack of adequate market for their products, access to affordable credit, insecurity, and harassment by local authorities, and a few serviced commercial work sites. The plan proposed the policy and program attention to be targeted towards rural-based enterprises, which account for 65.6% of the total micro and small enterprises, since they can stabilize migration and hence reduce stress on urban environment and infrastructure. The other area of policy focus was to establishment of conducive environment for growth and MSMEs to medium enterprises that have capacity to produce high-quality products and to create quality employment. The government was to identify suitable zones with basic infrastructure which would serve as incubators for SMEs to improve their image, visibility, and facilitate linkage between SMEs and medium and large-scale enterprises. So, ladies and gentlemen, the first medium term of 2008-2012 has identified provision of tailor-made skills to the entrepreneurs and small and staff in the MSME, building of centers of excellence to promote technology transfer, capacity building, product design and development, marketing of SME products as key drivers to the growth of this sector. In addressing financial constraints facing our youth, women and persons with disability in the MSME sector, especially in startup capital, the plan proposed to scale up the already existing funds, namely Youth and Women Enterprises Fund. The government has encouraged commercial banks and micro financial institutions to enhance lending to MSMEs at fair interest rates. The third medium-term plan of 2018-2022 also identified SMEs as important sector that will be supported, including implementation of credit guarantee scheme to facilitate access to affordable credit. So, as I conclude, the Kenya Kwanza Manifesto has identified that out of possible 19 million workforce, only 3.1 million are in formal employment in both public and private sector. The manifesto also identifies that MSMEs employs over 85% of non-farm jobs. That is 15 million jobs, and that is about 50% of our adult population, and creates nearly 750,000 new jobs every year. Unfortunately, 10 million informal MSMEs generate less than shillings 5,000 per month, therefore presenting a disguised unemployment. This is the problem. These are the problems which we must cure, and we must do whatever we can to ensure that those operating in MSMEs earn a decent income. The manifesto also identifies two types of MSMEs, namely the licensed and the unlicensed. The licensed offer an income of up to 50,000 per month, while the unlicensed, such as hawkers, make an average of 3,250 per month, meaning that the licensed MSMEs make 15 times more per month than the unlicensed MSME, mainly because of the hostile environment they work in. The challenges the MSMEs have been identified since the year 2002 and all through the various medium-term plans, and the fact that the challenges in the MSME sector are known but still continues to present disguised unemployment, inform the creation of standalone Ministry of Cooperatives and MSMEs development. We have an honest task to change this narrative by making our MSME sector create decent jobs. As I take over this ministry, I'm cognizant of the pressure that is building since we have to launch the MSME in bracket ASLA fund by 1st of December 2022. We therefore have to hit the ground running and deliver on this key mandate that the government of His Excellency President William Ruto has placed on us. A number of initiatives have been laid down. I pride with the foundation already set out by my two predecessors, and I want to summarize as follows. As stated by the CS cooperatives, outgoing CS in charge of cooperatives, there are a number of challenges and a number of opportunities ahead of us, and we have to seize those opportunities. We have to grow, we have to focus on our consolidation, aggregation of our members, of our people. We were producing over 140,000 metric tons of coffee. We were the biggest producer of coffee in Africa, and possibly the third in the world. But since the collapse of our cooperatives, we've seen our production drop from 140 metric tons to 25. Now I'm told it has again picked up to 45 metric tons. We need to go back to where we are. We have to strengthen our cooperative governance. We have to strengthen our the leadership around the cooperative movement. And I'm aware, as briefed by the CS, of pending policy and bills to restore back the cooperative movement, the life that we had before. We have the input supply chain like KFA, which was supporting farmers in dairy sector, maize sector, in the wheat sector, in rice sector, and all these crops that have sustained our economy as far as food security is concerned or foreign exchange is concerned. The other issue is to look for markets for our produce. We have to ensure that we have a seamless flow of our produce to the markets, and giving farmers the right price. Farmers should earn the best. They should get the best price from the market. And I want to thank you, Waziri, because you've done a lot in reforming that field, and we've seen producer prices, farmers' prices grow. I've seen this, the briefs you used to share with us in cabinet on the prices of coffee, and that is the way we will pick from where you left and push it further to ensure farmers get their right price. Our milk, our dairy farmers, who are largely 70% in the cooperative sector. When I spoke to new KCC managing director, he indicated to me that 70% of his milk produce comes from cooperative sector, just like the coffee and rice and many other crops. So in view of that, we will then focus on strengthening the management and also the organizations that handle these crops, right from production to the markets. We will partner with industry players. We will partner with other government agencies, the Ministry of Trade, the Ministry of Agriculture. We will partner with external organizations involved in the region, the East African community, the Africa Free Trade, and even the external markets. We will also work with our staff, and how I've worked before, I've led the Ministry of Water, Irrigation and Sanitation before, and later Labor and Social Protection, and I've always began my assignment by bringing our teams together. So I look forward to harnessing the experience, the knowledge of each member of staff, right from the PSS down even to the support staff, so that we can move our agenda as one. Finally, on the ASLA fund, the establishment of this fund was a well thought out idea. It has been identified that majority of our small and micro enterprises collapse because of a lack of or access to affordable credit. Government and the president has already pronounced himself on their amount, that is 50 billion a year, and we'll begin by enumerating the small and micro. And on the 1st of December, we are offering 4 products, and the first product will be on the personal finance product, and that is currently under development, and we believe beginning today we will now sit down, roll our sleeves, and work, and begin to work on this product. The other product will be on the micro businesses, which will now begin from next early in the year, and followed by the SMEs and the startups. The micro businesses will be supported through collectives which are already in place, the cooperatives, the SACCOs, the chamas. And as I speak, I've had a lot of discussion with SASRA, the regulator of SACCOs, and also the commissioner of cooperatives, so that we can reach, these are established, organized collectives, and we can be able to make immediate impact by working with them. So in the end, then we will be looking at the startups, people, young people leaving college, university, who have great ideas and may need support. They have always had the challenges. They have been treated like any other business, and it's been difficult for them to take off. We will equally, in one of our products, the 4th product, look at the startups. So as we pursue those, we know the issue of deposit guarantee is an issue, the credit guarantee, the digital platform, commonly known as CLF, so that we pool resources, we pool deposits, we pool financial resources into one pool and be able to have sight of the same and utilize appropriately to support the small and micro. So I believe we have a lot to do. It is an exciting assignment, and I believe we will touch lives, we will impact on many of our informal sector players, and we will grow our economy. Once we touch on these people, we will create jobs. We will move them from informality to formality and create jobs. So I look forward to working with you in the room. I look forward to working with each one of you. My doors will be open. I will have an open door policy. I will console right from the lowest cadre of our staff to the highest. And so there is no, among my staff, and the practice that I've carried on from all my assignments is to engage anybody who feels he has an idea to share. I've never ignored. So I look forward to carrying on the same practice so that we carry along everybody in our ministry. So as I conclude, let me once again thank His Excellency the President for the honor bestowed on me to deliver on one of his key pledges to grow our economy from the bottom up and strengthening the cooperative movement and the MSME. I will want to assure my sister Betty that I will always be on call. If there is anything lost or any key or any document that I may need, or I may want to reference any document, I'll always please accept my calls.
You're welcome.
Equally, the CS Peter Munya, I'll always be on call. I remain your student. I'll learn a lot. I know you've done a lot before, and I will want to keep up the momentum. I don't want to lose the ball. Let's keep the ball in the sky and keep our eyes on the ball until we achieve the